But this is what it is. Like it's so like it's like all these things like the house of cards is just crumbling for so many people. You got 76% of agents doing no deals. Imagine what these agents are saying to people.
Yeah.
Imagine what people who's done no deals.
Right.
He's met 3 people in the last year who are even talking real estate with him, and now he's finally in front of somebody. Imagine the promises
Yeah.
and ethics that are going to be, used and given in order to be able to try to secure that business, right?
It's crazy. And people
Yeah.
give these people jobs on top of it, right? And like
Yeah.
most brokerages don't have crazy training regiment and management and like,
Zero.
most
Well,
of them are just a
if they
free
have
for all.
something, it's not mandatory. So they're just like, you should come. You should come, Jim. You
No one
you should
comes, so
really
no one
come to our
holds it.
training so that you can get better. And Jim's just like, I did 3 deals back in 2017. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Fuck
Screw off.
you. Yeah.
You know, that's what it is, right? Like, so you just have that type of stuff where the continuing education is not
I'm a
enough.
closer. Fuck yourself.
I did it. I'm doing this course that I told you about this week, right? It's a
Yeah.
fantastic course. Honestly,
Fantastic course.
I was doing the course because the truth is, I thought one day they're going to have these certifications where each person's going to have specialties. And being the head of the commercial department, I better have whatever designation they're going to be required. So I said, this is like the
Probably a good
best.
idea.
This is the
Yeah.
best commercial designation in the world. I said, let's get that one. So I'm starting to go through it. I'm starting to look at the material. It turns out they got a lot of good stuff in there, Daryl. It turns out there's
Yeah.
maybe a few things that I don't know and that
Hmm.
I got lots to learn. And so I had a really, really, really great time in class this week. I got an exam on Sunday, and I'm happy I did it. I think
But
anybody should do it.
it was a course for commercial real estate, like from a realtor's perspective.
No, no. There's developers, there's planners, there's
What were you
investors.
learning? What are you learning
This
in there?
this this course was about market analysis, so how to be able to use like statistics to figure out like where you should build a building, where you should build an industrial building, where what type of absorption rates are there for certain things. Like it's super analytical, a lot of math. Like it's the most challenging course I've ever done. I mean,
That's
I'm
a
not a
middle thing.
genius here.
See, this is another middle thing where it's like there's so many people doing way too much math. It's like stop doing all the math. Start building stuff for God's sakes.
Yeah.
If you saw these performers and if you saw these consulting reports, like the level, so I'm sure this is another one of those. It's like they pump out, lots of data to
Sure.
analyze.
Well, for example, almost if you're going to open up a retail plaza, you need to know like how much disposable income the area has in order to be able to spend on stuff like that. They got market data out there. Anyways, without taking the course, you wouldn't know the value of it. So don't worry. But that's what this one particular course was. But that type of stuff, I think, should be more mandatory. So then that way,
More mandatory.
on
Yeah.
a realtor's
Yeah, for
license.
sure.
Yeah.
Everything.
We do our training on our team, which is mandatory because of the system and the structure, but the brokerage structure is broken. And that we
The,
used to have a
yeah.
lot more courses. Now our continuing education, you can have your girlfriend or your boyfriend click the buttons, on the screen and you'll pass. And then you can be like, yeah, I did the course. So there
Yeah.
should be a lot more like yearly, annual in-class courses that are being offered for everybody in Ontario who's got a real estate license.
I think if we're not thinking that realtors can get replaced by AI quickly, the brokerage definitely could be easily replaced by AI.
Yeah.
Right? They can make all the forms, all the clauses, make sure all the things are filled out properly. They could make sure all the
But
licensing's
who's
in
going to
place.
answer the call at 11 o'clock because Jim's been drinking too much and
AI, that sounds like Jim.
he's trying to figure out. I called somebody. A real estate investor called me. They were calling about a bungalow in Oshawa, and it was like listed for 600. We sold it for 625, and they were like, "Do you think your seller would take 400,000? Like, what do you think? Like, is this would be our offer would be? We've ran the numbers. We know exactly what it is. But anyway, long story short is when I called them back, they had an AI answering.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, we've reached, Tom and Sarah's investment company. And, they had this, AI basically take my call and I'm answering questions. And they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it totally got everything wrong that I said. And I don't even know if they got the message in the end, but it definitely cannot replace a human being anytime soon with that system that they've got. I can tell you that much.
There is a lot of stuff
I was like,
currently.
can they call me about 123 Main Street? And they was just like, yes, we can send you floor plans for the upcoming project.
Right.
I'm like, what? Yeah.
Hi, you have reached TK.
So it's not
Hi,
there yet.
TK.
It's not there
Well,
yet. AI is not quite there yet to replace that, but of course it's getting better and better, but the accuracy is severely. In fact, your errors and omissions insurance as a realtor, if you use AI, could be void.
could be void.
Could be
This is
void. So if you
crazy.
if I say to you, if I say, well, I
Pretty
gave them a
cheaper.
if I gave them a an appraisal and an opinion of value, information based on X, Y, and Z, and I got it through, Chat GPT, that's where I got my information, then there could be in your errors and emissions insurance, which you should check into, that your insurance is void.
Wow, for
Yeah.
using AI, it's a
Yeah, because
specific
because
thing in there.
you're relying on, providing information that's supposed to be coming from your own research, but you're just using some AI
A
platform that
research
basically
tool.
is supposed to be researching, but the accuracies aren't there yet. So, you know.
Are you looking for the best merch store on the planet? Well, we got the shit for you. Coming in at low prices where we barely make any money off of whatsoever, you can get the greatest real estate merchandise on this platform. Just look at this very flamboyant man putting on this great stuff. He looks great, he's dancing great, and boy does he look sexy in that merchandise. I tell you, buy this for anybody, you buy this for yourself. You will be not only repping the greatest Canadian real estate podcast in this world, but you will also be looking hella good doing it.